The hands on the clock are ticking toward midnight, and fingers are pointing across the aisle as a government shutdown looms. President Trump and congressional leaders from both parties held a face-to-face meeting yesterday at the White House, but left with no compromise. And time is running out. Joe St. George of the Scripps News Group has more.
The federal government shuts down tonight unless a new plan emerges to avoid one. But for the moment, no such plan exists, leading many to wonder how long might this shutdown last and who will the country blame?
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing. I hope they change their mind.
Their bill has not one iota of Democratic input. That is never how we've done this before.
Monday's meeting at the White House between President Trump and top congressional leaders did not produce any compromise between Republicans and Democrats. As a result, the final countdown for the first shutdown since 2018 begins. Democrats, in exchange for their support, are demanding that Republicans address health care issues and expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies that are expected to raise premiums in the months to come. Republicans, up until this point, disagree with doing that. But in a late Monday press conference, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer suggested that President Trump may be more open than congressional Republicans to addressing health care concerns presented by Democrats. If the government shuts down, the biggest political question is who will the country blame? A Strength in Numbers Vericite poll from mid-September asked Americans that question. 34% of adults say Republicans in Congress will be responsible for a generic shutdown versus 23% of Democrats. 34% of the country says both equally. Not every government agency will go dark at midnight Eastern tonight. The IRS is electing to keep government employees on the job for at least the first few days of a shutdown and will use previously allocated funds from under President Joe Biden to pay the bills. The last federal government shutdown in 2018 lasted 35 days. That is the longest shutdown in American history. The average length of a shutdown going back to the late 1970s is 8 days. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.